For today's project, I'm going to head down to my local Walmart and grab my favorite shower curtain. I need a cool design. Then I'm also going to head on over to the Dollar Tree and grab some of these mats that they have. I'm going to need 4 of these for this project. I'm going to place them upside down, put them in a square so they're all together. Make sure the seams fit up nice and neat. Once I get those together, the next step was I grabbed some duct tape and I put that down to hold those seams together. Now, if I needed to add a few more, I could have, but I wanted to make sure I got it from front to back and from side to side. That'll make it nice and strong right there. Once I get that cut off and everything, I want to make sure that I also smooth it out so I got a smooth surface. Next, I'm going to take that shower curtain and lay it across my table, but I want to make sure that I had the design facing up. That way I know exactly where to lay it out. Once I do that, I'm going to take it out and go ahead and cut around the edges. I want to leave about 3 to 4 inches of overlap on each side. These shower curtains cut real easy. Just take a pair of nice sharp scissors and do it. Next, it's going to take some spray adhesive, and I'm going to spray this all along the back of these mats, even getting on the duct tape that I did. I want to make sure I get the edges and all around the inside and every square inch that I can. I want to work a little fast, make sure I get it on there, and then I'm going to lay the shower curtain. But I'm not going to lay the whole thing at one time. Just do half of it and then smooth it out and get the wrinkles out. Then I'm going to push over the other half using my hand, just get out all the wrinkles that I can. Now there's some that are still there, and that's because it was folded up in the package. What I'm going to do is take an iron and place it on there and get all the wrinkles out. Now I'm going to flip it back over, grab my hot glue gun, and go very easy, just a few inches at a time, and lay over the edges of the shower curtain onto the back of the mat. Now it's a little warm, so you want to be careful, just light touches so you don't burn yourself. Once I get that all laid out, I'm going to make sure it's nice and smooth, get all the edges on all 4 sides done, and then I'm going to start folding the corners. So I fold one side first like this, put out a little hot glue, and then I'm going to fold the next edge over. I'm going to hold that down for about 15 to 20 seconds until it dries up and it holds it. Now here's a little secret. I'm going to put some hot glue on the back of this mat and just lay it there. What this does is this grips as I'm doing it. Next, what's going to happen is I'm going to get some water-based polyurethane and I'm going to spray this mat. That's going to help waterproof it. Once I get this on and it's ready to dry, I can put this in place, and it goes great in my bathroom. It actually, with this beach scene, it matches the decor that I already have hanging up in my bathroom. Is that I can also take it outside because it's going to go great with my Adirondack chairs. I think it turned out great and it looks really amazing. I hope this inspired you to build your own outdoor shower curtain bath mat.
For this project, you're going to start with a pillow insert. Next step is you're going to get a shower curtain, and you can use this you can use an old shower curtain that maybe you have around the house, or you can buy one really inexpensive. I found this one on Amazon for less than $10. My pillow inserts are 14 inches by 14 inches, so I actually cut down my shower curtain to be a little bit. And so what you're gonna do is you're going to take whatever measurement for the pillow insert you get and you're gonna add an inch. So I'm gonna make mine 15 inches. Now the back side we're gonna make a little bit different because we're gonna create a little pocket so that we can slip the pillow into it. All right, so for the back side of the pillow, we're gonna create a pocket. So I'm gonna take my fabric and I'm gonna fold it in half. So once I folded it in half, one side of this fold is going to be the same dimensions as the front side. So it's gonna be 15 inches. So we're just gonna go ahead and mark that. The other side is actually going to be half of the dimensions of the pillow, which is 14 inches, divided by 2, which is 7, plus 4 inches. So it's going to be 11 inches total. So I'm going to start by cutting up the 11-inch side from my 15-inch mark. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this fold in half so that we have 2 pieces that are the same size. So before I actually cut the fold, I'm going to take some pins just to secure the fabric together so that it doesn't shift when I cut it. Perfect. All right, so now we have 2 pieces that are the same size that we're going to use to create our back. So now I'm going to take my fabric and I'm going to fold it about 1/2 inch. We're trying to create a really nice clean line for our pocket. So I'm going to do about 1/2 inch. And I'm probably gonna pin this a little bit just because this fabric isn't as easy to work with. and I want to keep it in the same spot as I work my way over with my iron. Okay, so that's like a little more manageable. So I'm gonna take this corner, not burn myself, be careful. You're just looking to create like a really clean edge. We're gonna do the exact same thing on the other piece of the back panel. All right, so once we've ironed, we're actually going to do a little straight stitch across the back with, I'm gonna hand sew this, so stay tuned for that. Before we get to this step, I wanted to preface it with you could, if depending on the fabric that you're using, use glue for this project instead of sewing. If you want to make this a no-sew project, you can use glue instead. So that side is finished. We're going to move on to the next one. Here is my front piece. I'm going to be laying it down outside in because we're going to be sewing or gluing, depending on what fabric you have. You want the presentation sides to be facing each other inwards. I'm laying my first piece of my back down, and then the other part where we stitched, they're gonna basically overlap each other. And then we're gonna make sure that all the corners match, and then I'm gonna take pins and I'm gonna go around the perimeter of the pillow, and I'm going to pin it all so it stays in place so we can straight stitch or glue around it. I just want the fabric to stay in place. I'm just gonna wrap this up right here because it's right next to where I started. And like I did on the straight stitch across, I'm going to insert my needle through, and I'm gonna take the thread that is attached, wrap it around a couple times, hold at the base, and pull through to help that knot stay right where I want it to be. And one thing that we're gonna do before we actually flip this right side out, we're going to clip the corners of the pillow. This will just help give it a little bit of space. When you are trying to insert the pillow, it'll actually pop out the edge. All right, so now that we've clipped all of that, we're going to take our pillow and flip it right side out. Alright, so here's the pillow. Okay, so it's time to show the buttons. So my first button's gonna go here. I'm going to start from the inside. So I'm gonna make sure I hold it in place. And I have brown thread to go with my brown buttons. I'm just going to secure it in place. Alright, so for the last piece of this, to keep this button in place, I'm going to go up through but behind the button with my needle and thread. So it's just underneath, and I'm gonna wrap around the back. And then I'm gonna go back in and finish my, my thread on the inside of the pillow cover. Now I'm going to use ribbon, and I'm going to create a little loop to adhere to the underside of the back of this panel. Now I've already pre-measured the perfect size ribbon that I want to use, and so I'm just going to create a loop. We're going to flip this to the underside. I'm actually going to trim this a little bit more. I'm going to attach it to this double side seam that we created. Okay, so now these two loops have been secured, so have the buttons. I'm going to go ahead and put my pillow insert back in the pillowcase. And then I'm going to take my loop of my ribbon, wrap it around the buttons, and now you don't have to worry about anything becoming unsecure. And you have a new waterproof pillow to put outside. Well, there you have it. My shower curtain pillows turned out really great. They were very easy to make, and I think they look amazing on my outdoor patio furniture. Thank you so much for watching Home Talk, and I will see you next time. Bye!